Lots of big numbers, lots of big figures and lots of big measures. Let's have a look through some of them, starting with this, perhaps the most eye-catching of all the numbers, £330 billion worth of guaranteed loans going out to UK businesses. Those are loans the government are going to support. And then on top of that, mortgage holidays. If you have a mortgage and if you're affected by this, no payments for up to 3 months. And then on top of that, you have this £20 billion, a package of grants and tax cuts. That's real money going out of the Exchequer into the pockets of businesses. But how does it stack up with what we already heard about last week, just less than last week, in the budget? This shows you the deficit, so the government's deficit, how much they're borrowing in the financial crisis, quite a high level, 10% of GDP, going down, down, down. This is austerity here, all the way to 2020 to 21, this coming year, and they expected to borrow about this much, about 2.5% of GDP. Let's add on that COVID-19 measures that we had in the budget last week, £12 billion. Well, how does today's package increase that? Have a look at this. We'll add on £20 billion. And you can see it's still relatively low in historic terms. If you wanted to borrow as much as we did during the financial crisis, you're talking about an extra £93 billion worth of borrowing. That's what we needed to borrow all the way back in 2009-10. Some people think we may have to borrow as much this time around as well. And how about if you wanted to go even more than that? If you wanted to borrow as much as we did during the war, go on a war footing, you're talking about an extra £300 billion, even more pounds on top of that. Now, is that pie in the sky? Actually, some economists think we may well have to be thinking in those terms if we're going to confront this. Here's Robert Choate, the head of the Office for Budget Responsibility.
It is no abdication of budget responsibility to be spending what you need to spend to deal with this in the best way. As I say, in some ways it's like a wartime situation. We ran, during the Second World War, budget deficits in excess of 20% of GDP, 5 years on the trot, and that was the right thing to do at that time.
It's worth saying the UK not the only country to bring out big measures to try to confront the pandemic. Also, you had France, also you had the US. In the US, they're planning to mail cheques to every family in the country. Will we have measures like that in the UK? Well, the Chancellor said there may well be more to come.